Good evening, and it seems as though we are back with the action. So there we go. That's the girls under 13, 200 meters breaststroke. Once again, the meet record held by Navanjana Sirivardhana back in 2018. That is a 3:06:31. In lane number 1, Dahamsa Sadakirini. In lane number 8, Pandithage. In lane number 2, Nierilapala. In lane number 7, Kennedy Jayasundara. In lane number 3, Netuli Kodituaku. In lane number 5, Maheli Navitma. And in lane number 4, the fastest in the morning, that's W. Kodipli. And she has pulled up ahead, but this is one of 450s.
Yeah, the first 50s, I think, led by lane 5. Yes, with a split of... No, it's lane 4, 42.63.
Yes, and Shanali, it's a 200. They've got a long game. They'll have some games in this. Each swimmer will swim this differently. They'll have different 50s where they'll push and try and gain an advantage. So let's see. 3:09 in the morning from lane number 4. That's our fastest qualifier. So she should ideally be pulling away, but that's lane number 5. Maheli, she seems to be having different plans here.
Yes.
Here we go. It seems as though she has made her move now. 3:09 in the morning. Let's see if she can build on that. 131, 132.
132.
If she can come home at around that pace, we are looking at somewhere close to the record. Yeah. It's breaststroke, so it might be much easier than some of the other strokes to hold that pace. But once again, as we mentioned, Shanali, Maheli, she's hanging on.
Yes, she's picking up third 50, the crucial 50 of the 200-meter race. Some tend to slow down, but some tend to pick up. Yeah, maybe that's what's happening in lane 5.
Also, the fight for the bronze, that's lane numbers 3 and 6. That's Netuli and Isuli. Both pretty close again in the heats. So let's see what will happen.
At 150 mark, we have a 2:22.
So this is pretty touch and go. We'll see. She'll have to come home at around 43, 44 to be challenging that record. 3:09 in the morning. So
2:22 is 135 pace, I assume?
Yes.
Yes, 135 pace. So that's a 3:10. The swim for bronze medal is getting interesting. Lane 3 and 6.
Yes, but I believe Isuli has pulled slightly ahead. But they've still got 15 meters to go. But I think the gold medal is confirmed in this girls' 13-200 meters breaststroke. And it's going to W. Kadipli.
3:11.
Yeah. Just waiting confirmation. And lane number 5 will take the silver. But who's it going to be for the bronze? It's close.
Oh.
We'll await confirmation.
Lane 6. No. Lane 5 is missing. Probably lane 3. Netuli Kodituakku.
It might be a dead heat, Shanali. Lane 3 and 6. So far, the confirmation says 2:23.32. It might be a dead heat for that bronze medal. But just
yes, same time.
It is.
Same time.
It is. So what a way to start off the finals of this day number 2 with a dead heat for that silver medal. Bronze medal, I beg your pardon. So here we go. Kadipli with the gold in the girls' 13-200 meters breaststroke. Maheli with the silver, and Netuli and Isuli dead heating for that bronze medal. Next up, we've got the boys under 13-200 meters breaststroke. We see them coming on to their blocks as we speak. The record held by Damiru Vikramatunga, 2:56.26 in 2019. In lane number 8, HMJWB Abe Ratna. In lane number 1, M. Ulfat. In lane number 7, Aiden Rodrigo. In lane number 2, Risendu Hansana. In lane number 6, Saven Muddanayaka. In lane number 3, Desandu Tivet. In lane number 5, Lesandu Imbulpati Kanda. And in lane number 4, the fastest in the heat swims, that's WSD Sirivardhana.
A 3.8.
Solid time once again. He has also left the field in the morning, so we'll see what the other boys can do in the finals. Maybe a little bit of possum playing like we saw previously.
In the girls event.
Nice to see the camaraderie between the swimmers before their event as well. Here we go. And they're off. That is the boys' 13-year-olds, 200 meters breaststrokes. It's 4 lengths off the 50-meter pool. They're almost pretty much even to the 15, but I believe that's lane number 6 and lane number 2.
Lane number 2 is ahead at the 25-meter mark, yes?
Yes, that's Risendu. Risendu Hansen at 3:25 in the morning. He should have been left behind, but we'll see. He's got about a body length on the rest of the field.
He has that glide, ideal stroke for the 200-meter event.
Agreed, Chanel.
Solid turns from all the swimmers. First swimmer 43.06 at the turn.
And that is lane number 2. So he will take the first 50. Let's see if he can hang on for the second 50 of this final.
And we can see lane 6 is also picking up the game.
Yeah, of course, because they see Risendu in the corner pulling away, and they're not going to let him go. And just as we said, the rest of the boys, that's lane number 4, 5, and 6, they've caught him up. Still a long way to go in this race, Shanali, so we'll see the outcome. So far, it seems that our golden lanes are back half swimmers.
Yes.
So I believe they'll make their move heading into this third 50. Here we go.
The first 50 is, the first 100 is for lane 5, 133.11.
133 is on the touch, so let's see. In the mornings, that's a 308. So they'll have to come back at around 135 to hit that mark. Let's see. Beautiful long stroke from lane number 4.
Lane number 4, WSD Sirivardhana from SNS Swimming Academy.
Lesandu and Saven, they have a 313 and a 319. If they keep this pace up, they should go under it. So we'll see. Also making their move in this third 50, that's lane number 3. That's Desandu Tivet. Here we go, 50 to go. The two boys can see him, and it looks like lane number 6. He's up the gears. That's Saven Muddanayaka. Oh, that's so interesting to see. That's from lane number 4. That's Sirivardhana. He's actually increasing his glide the more we get into this. And he's actually pulling away.
Yes, and also lane 6 is also picking up
we got
for the second place, and lane 3.
Here we go. It's a late lunge. Lane number 5, Lesandu had a big look at around the 25-meter mark. He must have seen Risendu coming his way. They're going to make it interesting. 5 meters to go. Here we go. No doubt about the gold. He's going to keep it. That's Sirivardhana. Silver to lane number 6. That's Saven. Here we go. 5. That's Lesandu. He holds on. He hangs on for that bronze medal. So just awaiting confirmation of that final time. It's going to be a 3:08.90. So he's on par with what he did in the morning. But it is 3:12 and a 3:15. So quite a big drop from the morning for the second and third places. That late lunge by lane number 3, that made that race interesting. We had a couple of looks going to the sides as well. So it's nice to see these boys just under 13, but they're already racing and the competition is fierce.
Yes.
Here we go. And making their way. That's event number 223. That's the girls under 15 200 meters breaststroke. Meet record is by Ramudi Samarakon in 2016. That is a 2:46.54. In lane number 8, that's T. Talagedera. In lane number 1, Ranuti Fernando. Lane number 7, Sesadi Gehansa. In lane number 2, Mihaly Heva Vellage. In lane number 6, Amara Watson Kittle. In lane number 3, Nadali Gamage. In lane number 5, Nikini Udari. And in lane number 4, our fastest qualifier, that's KK Dilushi Dilshara.
Interesting fact, I saw Dilushi Dilhara swimming 400 IM in the morning. So probably she didn't give her best at the 200 meter breaststroke heats. So let's see what she got here.
It's interesting that you brought this up, Shanali. I had a chat with her. She also swam the 100 free.
Yes,
so
yes,
she
that's
did the 400 IM, she
I
did the
remember
200 breast, and she did the 100 free. She's swimming 2 finals in the evening. She did the 400 IM. I believe she came first in that. So she'll be looking at the medals. Dilushi, of course, it's hard to miss. She'll always, or most often, be in lane number 4, and easy to spot her because it's her trademark. She doesn't wear goggles.
Oh, yes. I just noticed it. Dilushi Dillara from Lyceum Vattala in lane 4. Let's see what we got here.
3:08 for an under 15 200 meter breaststroke. Here we go. They're off. This is under 15. They are entering the big leagues. You'll see them pushing their underwaters. And Dilushi, oh my God, it looks like a 50 breaststroke at this pace.
A long pull out.
Down in lane number 1, she's keeping up on this first 50, but it's going to be lane numbers 5, 4, and 3.
Lane 6, Amara Kittle from ladies is also picking up.
I believe Dilushi will get the touch to the first 50, but Nikini and Nadali, they might be close to the wall. Oh, hang on. Lane number 5 might
lane
get the
5.
touch, and she has.
41.85.
41.85 to start off a 200 breaststroke.
Yes. Good split. Let's see what's happening. We have 150 meters to go. 125 meters, almost 125 meters. Dilushi is still in the lead. In lane 5 we have, yes, Nikini in second place, and lane 3 is picking up for the third place.
She's got to be hurting Shanali. That
Yes.
400 IM must be hitting hard. From experience, I can tell you that 400 IM hits later on in the day. Here we go. 100 to go. What's it going to be? 130. 130.89. Just 5/100ths of a second separating the two girls. That's Dilushi and Nikini.
Again, it was Nikini who finished first, who touched first, turned first.
Right, my apologies. So Nikini first to the 50 and the 100. So what's happening here is Dilushi's got the better underwater, so she's always pulling ahead at the start of the 50, and then Nikini is catching her up. Here we go. The other girls.
Lane 3 and lane 6.
Yeah, that's Nadali and Amara. His third 50. Once again, a crucial 50 in this 200. They made their moves. Once again, morning. It was in the morning. It was a 3:08. We'll see if she can dip under that. At 2:46 by Ramudi Samarakon, she holds
2:20
numerous.
at the 150 meters. No, it will be probably under 3:5. Let's see.
Yeah, 3:5 is definitely on the cards. Nikini pushed her all the way, but now it's Nadali and Amara who are fighting for the medals. They've got about 30 meters to do so.
Lane 3. Yes, Nadali is picking up for the silver.
But up in lane number 6, that's Amara who's also catching up.
What's
Oh,
happening?
here we go.
What's
This is
happening?
interesting.
Only
15
15
to
meters
go.
to go. Yes.
Dilushi, she's in for the gold. The silver and the bronze, I will tell you in about 10 seconds time because these three little girls are making it very hard for me right now. Here we go. Amara, Nikini, Nadali. Who's it going to be?
Lane 5 and lane 3.
I believe Nikini and Nadali might have just gotten the
No,
touch.
it's lane 5 and lane 6. 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, we are waiting confirmation.
That's the time.
It looks like it. So yeah, those are your final standings in that event.
Yes.
That record by Ramudi. She is the premier breaststroker in the country. She holds, I would like to say, almost all the records of the
Breaststroke
breaststroke
records,
events.
yes.
So it's the bar is set quite high for these girls, but that's what it takes. I believe Ramudi, when she said this, it was the year when she got South Asian medals as well.
Yes, 2016.
Yes. So that is, if you're up there, you're competing with the very best in South Asia.
And now I welcome Mr. Akri Amir for the combox.
All right, here we go. This is event number 224. The boys, under 15, 200 meters breaststroke. Meet record by Akash Deshan back in 2024. It's a 2:43.26. Here we go. Lane number 8. That's Ebenezer Jairaj. Lane number 1, Malin Nolis. Lane number 7, Alyan Shifan. Lane number 2, Dinil Dasanayaka. In 6, WWD Yashinta. In lane number 3, Taruka Ashan. In lane number 6, 5, VAYSC Vitaranacharchi. Lane number 3, Taruka Ashan. And in lane number 4, Taruka Salgado, our fastest qualifier. Here we go. 4 lanes of the pool. Here we go. And let me welcome Mr. Akri onto the combox. Good evening, Mr. Akri.
Good evening. Thanks for having me.
Here we go. So these two boys, I can tell you, Taruka, Ashan and Salgado, they're going to make this one interesting because I've seen them race this event and a couple of others. They're going to go at each other's throats.
Yeah, it's still the first lap, so let's see how it goes. Each one will obviously be taking on a different pacing strategy, unless, of course, they are training in the same school or the same club.
St. Peter's and St. Anayakas, so.
Yeah. Nevertheless, it's the coach that matters, sometimes they say, after the second lap.
It's a 37. That's by lane number 3. That's Taruka Ashan. 2:51, our fastest time in the morning. So we'll see if they can dip under that.
Definitely the morning times will be better now. Of course, the weather and the cooler conditions also might help the boys to do a better stint. They're approaching the 100-meter mark. And leading is lane number 3. That's
Taruka
Ashan of St. Peter's.
Here we go. That's 129.1. 120. So if they can keep this under 125, they are within hitting distance in the next couple of years for this record. So
definitely. It's also a few strategies. I mean, they're still young. They need to get their streaming from the turns well into place. I saw some of them, their feet were still open as they push off. So it's all about streamlining and trying to get the maximum on that first 5 meters.
here we go. And Taruka Salgado making his move now. He is the fastest qualifier, so I don't believe he'll let this gold go easily. He's caught up, but they've got 50 to go, and there's about 0.8 of a second separating the two.
Yeah,
but
and now it's becoming a close fight, and
that underwater from Taruka in lane number 4, that changed the game. Yes. Here we go.
So they're almost neck and neck, and nevertheless it's still Taruka who's pulling through.
Yes, that's Taruka Ashan. Taruka Salgado will keep on. 15 to go. They've upped the stroke rate.
And from this angle over here, who's leading, it's a little bit difficult to say. Yeah, it's nevertheless Taruka Ashan who's going to put it through, I guess. That's the last pull. Yeah, and that's it. What's the timing? 2:47.15.
Yeah, so they've gone nearly
about a 4-second improvement in most of them, but and also close fight between the first and second, both very coincidentally Tarukas.
Yes, and that's lane number 5, Vitaranarachi, who's held on for the bronze medal in this event. He too will go faster than the morning, so good swim from the boys.
So here we are seeing some of the repeats, and lot more to learn and get into place if they're going to be really good breaststrokers in terms of their stroke and streamlining and getting their body shapes into the correct position. And
Here you
definitely
go.
breaststroke is much more demanding than the other strokes, so it requires a specialization and what do they say of breaststrokers? They don't make it into the other strokes that well most of the time.
Yes, it is the hardest stroke to go fast, in my opinion. So here we go. We are going to move on to the next event. That's event number 225. That's the girls under 17 200 meters breaststroke. Record is held by Christina Perumal in 2023. That's a 2:55.23.
We have quite a combination of people, about three outstation or four outstation girls as well. And that's the 200 meters breaststroke for girls under 17. Top in line is Amecia De Silva of Ladies College. 3 minutes 16 seconds was her seed time. It's a bit of a gloomy day, and let's hope the weather stays through all the way so that the swimmers also get a better end of their bargain in this.
Yeah, slight drizzle, Mr. Akre, in this race. I know it's annoying in the backstroke, but breaststroke, it should unsettle the water, but not too much that it disturbs the swimmers. But it's great that the swimmers get to experience all conditions. I know they won't feel as so right away, but hopefully down the line they'll be
But it's
grateful.
nevertheless the little chill that you get, when you dive in, and that
Yes.
coldness tends to suddenly power you up also. But some of them, it tends to freeze their bodies as well.
Yes.
So swimmers on the block.
Here we go. Amecia with the fastest time in the morning. Harin, the only one within striking distance. So let's see if any of the girls have been playing possum. Underwaters.
Breaking the water last is Amecia, so she's on lane 4.
Down here in lane number 2, that's Dinil. She has also, and she'll be with Amecia to the 25.
Yeah, she's coming from the outside, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether you can see it, but there is a little bit of a difference in the stroke style of some of these people. Some of them are much more quicker, while the others, who's on lane number 5, that's Harindi, who's into more of a longer stroke. Really reaching out after the first turn.
On the wall, that's 344s. That's from lane 5, 4, and 2. That's Amecia, Harindi, and Heidi Premachandra.
All close.
Yeah. Still a long way to go. We see quite a few looks already being made.
Exactly, yes.
So some of the girls,
Need to look more with the eye than with the
Yes,
turn
with
of
the
the
head.
head.
that's of course something they'll gain with experience. These girls under 17, still so young, but they are entering a stage where they can compete for the national medals as well.
So leading the race is lane number 4, that's Amecia. Swimmers tend to feel a little bit of tiredness in this race. And lane number 2 also, nevertheless, Heidi Premachandra from Gateway College Kandy taking her turn. And she's definitely breaking the normal arrow pattern of the leading lanes.
Yeah, but after that turn and that underwater, it seems to be lane number 6. That's Fernando who's made her move. She's actually taken the third spot away from Premachandra. So
Well, that's
see.
quite true. And lane number 7 is also closing on the heels. AM Jassing, a girl from Sri Sumangala Balika Vidyalaya.
Oh, right. I just realized this heat has been a straight final.
Exactly,
There's some
because
no
possibly
timing.
they didn't have that much of swimmers. Also goes to show a little bit about the 200 meters breaststroke event. It's a bit of a demanding event, and as they grow older, less take to the event as a choice. But anyway, pulling through and taking the lead, holding the lead rather, is Amecia.
Yeah, she seems to be pulling away with each and every stroke. Still
And
a
I
couple
think
of
she's
looks.
got about at least a length and a half of body length clearing the swimmer.
Yeah, but up in lane number 6 and 7, that's Fernando and Jai Singh.
That's a good fight going on there.
Yeah.
But who's that? Lane number 7. That's
That's
Jazz Singer,
Jazz Singer.
who is actually going on a faster stroke. And let's see who's going to make.
They've got about 10 meters to go, but the
Yeah.
late lunge from lane number 3, that's Amara Singer. She was nowhere at the 100. I was about to mention her. She might come in for the silver, actually.
So it is 4:53. 4:53. Amarshya, Harindi, and Amara Singha.
Meshia will go a 3:16. She'll match.
Yeah, there
her
you go.
morning time.
3:16.52. That's the time. So a little less than her seed time. Nevertheless, a good race.
So that's very interesting. Amara Singha. You won't see her in the replays because she was so far back in that first 100. She won't be on the camera, but then she comes back on that second 100.
And that's what they all say. It's all about the strategy on these long distance races or even the middle distance ones.
Wow, what a swim. So Ameshia takes the gold. Harindi takes the silver, and Amara Singha out of nowhere on that second 100. You see, she's still far behind.
That's true.
She's got about 10 meters on the field with 25 to go, and that last 25, she just turned the jets on. What a swim.
So we've got, how many events do we have for the rest of the evening of this second day of the finals?
Yeah, we've got about 4 breaststroke heats, and then we've got the freestyle.
Yeah, the freestyles definitely will be a thriller because it's all about the speed and the faster strokes.
Here we go, the boys, under 17, they're ready. The record held by our national champion, MF Mohammed, 2024. That's a 2:29. That's a very tough ask. But here we go. They're trying for the record is lane number 8, Senuru Tehan. SS Manchanayaka in lane number 1. In lane number 7, Mario Hirimutugoda. In lane number 2, AR Muhammad. In lane number 6, that's Vinuka Dias. In lane number 3, that's Quaid Farooq. In lane number 5, that's BAGTR Ilangakon. And in lane number 4, our fastest qualifier, that's A Attigala. So let's see what the boys can do. That 2:29 is a very tough ask.
On the blocks, there we go.
And they're off. I believe. Here we go.
And we have a lead from, who's that?
Lane number 3, that's Quaid Farooq, the Peterite, taking this 200 out fast. If I didn't know any better, I'd say that's almost a 50 or 100 pace. But let's see how he
Yes.
ends up.
And he's a little bit of a taller guy too, so maybe let's see whether the advantage works out for him in the end. Definitely pulling away. And we into the turning point. There you go.
That's a
34.87.
What a way to start off at 200.
Yeah.
Actually, I saw this in the warm-down pool, so we can expect some great things. We'll see you on the second.
Clearly a
as
second
well.
above the rest of the field.
Yes. The tactic is very clear with this one.
Yes. If you look at his stroke, it's quite a different stroke. He doesn't bring it all in too. I'm sure if he does a little bit more of a deeper pull, he might have more efficiency in his stroke. But for his height and leanness, definitely getting the advantage. And I guess he's on a home stretch.
115 from Quaid Farooq. That's on the 100. But up in lane numbers 4, 5, and 6, that's Attigala, Ilangakon, and Dias. They're neck and neck for the silver and bronze medals. So we'll see. Something drastic has to happen for Quaid to lose this one. 250.
And catching up is also lane number 2 into the rest of the pack. Let's see how that plays. That's AR Muhammad from Zaira College. But for now, we could safely say it's Qaid Farooq all the way. 157 at the end of the third lap.
157. In the morning, he had a 249. I believe he's going to go well under it if he keeps at this pace. Here we go.
An interesting race.
Ilangakon has
12.
pulled out ahead as well for the second place. It's for the bronze. That's where the fight is now. That's Dias and Attigala. Here we go. 15 meters to go. Let's see what time Quaid can put up.
What do you think? What's your prediction going to be?
He can make it in low 242s, I believe.
Yeah,
might
that's
be actually less.
2:39. That's a good time. So, yeah.
He's almost cut down 10 seconds. He has cut down
Yeah.
10 seconds from his morning swim. Here we go. Second, I believe that's lane number 6. Sorry.
5 and 4. Lane number 5, that's Ilanka and 4 Artigala.
Waiting confirmation because we can't actually see lane number 6. So we'll see if there is a
Maybe
change
there
in
must have
times.
been a soft touch, or we'll have to see how the backup plays out.
Okay, they're going to keep us waiting for that one. But 2:39.0, I can say I saw the man in the warm-up pool and he was training for this. I saw him warming up, going back and forth, holding this pace. I bet you he's going to get a pat on the back tonight. 2:39.0, that's up there.
It's a pretty good time.
Yes.
And maybe in a few more years, who knows? He might be the breaststroker for the country.
Yes.
Middle distance.
Breaststroke, this 200 breaststroke in the last couple of years has been very tough. Just to get into the finals, I would say it's around 2:35, 2:34, which is unheard of, which could have gotten the gold a couple of years ago. So,
But not the same picture always where the girls are concerned. It's much more of a slow event, and we are seeing less of a lineup. And for 227, the girls under 200 meters breaststroke, and we've got only 5 swimmers there on the blocks.
yes, meet record is held by Pulvini Vihara Jayatilaka. That's a 2:56.85. Lane number 7, that's Navanjana Sirivardhana. Lane number 3, Krishel Robin. In lane number 6, Tidakshi Pereira. In lane number 4, Ohasi Utsara. In lane number 5, Ruvi Rivera. Pulvini, the record holder, she's actually a 200 flyer and a 400 IEver. So it's interesting that she still holds the record for this 200 meters breaststroke.
Yeah, but one thing we've got to remember is that this is an age group meet, so it's all age group records. And it depends also at this particular age group how long you've been at the sport.
Agreed.
And whether you're going to stay in the sport while some of the others are still swimming it out just for their universities over time, and
And in lane number 7, we've actually got a potential to break this record, not just break it actually.
Now Anjana, who's pulling away, and
Yes.
I think that's more of a career swimmer. I've
Yes.
seen this name before as
She
well.
is a breaststroker. She's a national breaststroker. She's in the top 5 in the 200 national, also in the 100, but this is more of her style. So we'll see her take this out. Entry time of 2:49, which would gap the age group record. So we might be in for something interesting. She's already got about 15 meters on the
She's
rest
coming
of the
with
field.
that experience of all the ages. So let's see. At the end of the 100-meter mark, she is going to turn in at, what's it going to be? A 121.52.
So 121. She's on pace to go
Definitely.
possibly even
definitely.
under
That's how
that
it looks.
249. Yes. So the rest of the girls, here we go. That's lane number 4. That's Ohasi Utsara. She's currently in second, touching in at the 100. That's lane number 5. That's Ruvi Rivera, currently in the bronze medal position. But up ahead, you'd have to get another screen for her. That's Navanjana. She's pulled off ahead.
Yeah, and definitely it's going to be an age group record, I think, by the looks of it. So she's going to make the under 20 age group a little bit more competitive in the years to come, because that's going to be a record that's going to be held for a long time. And she's into the final few meters of her third lap, and that's 2:05.
So 2:05. If she can make it back home in 44, we're looking at 2:49 swim. So she's definitely on par with her entry time. So let's see. It's not a matter of if the record's going to be broken. We know it's going to be broken.
That's
it's just a matter
for
of
sure.
how much.
It is about making sure how the others are keeping pace with the rest of the pack. A little competitive there. Most of them taking the turns, but it looks to be lane
4. That's
4
Ohasi
and
Utsara.
5. Yeah.
Ohasi and Ruvi.
And Ruvi, who are going to be in the second and third place.
5 meters to go.
Yeah.
Here we go. What's it going to be, Navanjana? What are you going to keep for the rest of history? 250.37. So the record is gone.
There we go. Yeah.
It's a new national age group meet record to Navanjana Sirivardhana of Lyceum International School, Vattala. So the rest of the girls, here we go, lane number 4. So I have just been informed by the team that Navanjana has set a record in the previous day of competition as well. So that's 2 for 2 for Navanjana. We'll see what the rest of the days will hold. And speaking of, here we got lane number 4. That's Ohasi Utsura. She has held on for that silver medal, and Ruby will hold on. Ruby Rivera will hold on for that bronze medal. So that's Mr. Akri. That's 2 for 2. What do you think?
Yes, definitely a good performance.
The rest of the
And
events?
who knows? Is she going to be the age group swimmer? I think she's coming from a lot of experience back in her time. So this under 20 age group, she is going to make it shine a little bit and also make it a little bit more difficult for others to come in the future. So we are on the evening of the second day of the 49th National Age Group Aquatic Championships, brought to you by HNB and Anchor Newdale. The
Here we
lights
go.
are coming on into the pool.
Here we go. This is the
And,
boys. The boys have made it onto the deck. That's event 228. Boys under 200 meters breaststroke. Meet record by Kiran Jaisingh, who is the premier breaststroker in the country, training outside the country. 229.84 from 2014.
Yeah, that's definitely an all-time record. He was a career breaststroker coming from a swimming family across generations. I think it's 3 generations in them.
Here we go. Lane number 8, that's Yasir Aslam. Lane number 1, Tisas Gunasila. Lane number 7, IMRSB Ilankon. In lane number 2, Ian Jake. In lane number 6, PDG El Palevata. In lane number 3, S. Tuvakish. In lane number 5, Senita Dinal. And in lane number 4, S.N. Ranavira. Here we go. They're off with the start. In lane number 8, that's the name that speaks to me, Mr. Akri, because he is in the top 4 in the short course 200 meters breaststroke and last year's long
All
course
right, and
breaststroke.
he is coming from the outside with a no-time declaration. This is a straight final.
Yeah, and we've got in lane number 5, Senita Dinal, who came second on a close finish earlier today in the 400 meters IM. So we'll see what will happen. But as I said, in the outside lanes, that's Yasir Aslam, who has pulled off. In this first
No,
50.
but he is pacing back. And it's lane number 8 that's
Yes.
seeing the first turn.
That's Yasir Aslam.
Oh,
In lane number 8.
Okay, there we
Yes.
go, yes. 5 lane numbers 5 and 8 leading the charge here.
Yes, and that's Senita and Yasir.
Yasir.
So
It's going to be a good fight. It's a little bit difficult for each of them to see each other because they are 2 lanes apart. Nevertheless, each one going on at each other. Right now, by a stroke length in the lead is
Senita.
Senita.
So this is going to be interesting 100, Mr. Akri, and I'll tell you why. Because Yasir, I can tell you, is a second 100 swimmer, even though he's held up. And Senita is an open water swimmer who has the endurance in the freestyle. So we'll see how that translates into
the
this
pool,
event.
yes.
And the 400 IM. So he's got that breaststroke on that 300. So this is going to be an interesting one to finish off. So let's see.
Yasir hasn't lost much of anything. I mean, he's just there. And it's all a wait-and-see game.
You hear the cheers. It's because you look at the schools. That's Royal and Joseph's who are battling it out.
That's true.
We'll
And
see.
definitely the final is always an interesting part of the meet.
Here we go. Who's going to be on the touch?
And that's still Senita, I guess.
Yes, it is Senita. Closely followed is Yasir. So we'll see what they can do on this last 50.
Less than a second difference amongst them.
They won't see each other. It's just all about heart on this 50. So let's see. They've got about 27 meters
All
to
you've
go.
got
Yeah.
is your own pacing to rely on when you have a distance apart like this. And it's Senita who's right now ahead.
Yeah, 15 meters to go. It seems like he's made his hold on this, but Yasir has just upped a gear in this last 15. We'll see if he can make his move very, very
Like you
very
said,
late.
it's his style and strategy is always the third and the fourth lap. But nevertheless, the day is for Senita. 2:41.49. That's a good time. Followed by Yasir, 2:43.09.
So the medal's going to Senita and Yasir on that one. And coming in for the bronze, that's going to be the Pete Wright. Also putting his cool up there. That's Ian Jake in lane number 2. So the medals spread out on this one. It's 5, 8, and then back down to 2. Here we see the replays. Off the start, it was pretty much even. And then you saw Senitha take it out hard. And then Yasir just hanging on with him throughout that whole 200.
Interesting challenge because we still don't know how the schools are faring amongst the ranking. So it's a bit of a fight there between the Josephian and the Royalist.
Lights have come on and we are waiting the arrival. Oh, and they're here. That is the men's 20 and over 200 meters breaststroke.
So yet another better record on that of 2:27 also by Kiran. And the average times of these swimmers in the 2:35 upwards range. We've got 5 swimmers today. In lane 2, SN Ranavira. 3, GEV De Silva. Lane 4, Sevin Chatmin. Lane 5, WA Chris. And lane 6, Ivolia Fernando.
So this record, I believe, is the national record. 2:27.24 should
Most
be
certainly
the national record by Kiran Jai Singha. Here we go. This event, there's a couple of names that speak to me. There are some premier breaststrokers. It's also nice to see the forces and universities represented in this event. Here we go. 4 lengths of the pool. This is the open. The men's 20 and over 200 meters breaststroke underwaters. Here we go. That's
long, nice pools.
That's Chris Pavitra from the police. He is a medalist in all 3 events in the short course and has been a national swimmer. He holds multiple records. We've got Sevin Chatmin, who is also a premier breaststroker in the country, and GEV De Silva. That's Ethnica De Silva. He's swimming for the Kotalavala right now, but he used to be a solid breaststroker back in his days. When I say back in the days, it's only a couple of years behind, but yeah.
And if you say the name is Chris Pavitra, I can certainly say that yes, he's been a boy who's been turning performance after performance and a very short stint to the top. So that's quite good.
This is going to be interesting because Sevin is more the 200 swimmer and Chris is more of a sprinter.
Sprinter, that's true.
None of them are going to let this go easy.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But actually, it's lane number 2. That's Ethnuka, who I said had gotten better performances in his university life than in his swimming career as a schoolboy. So let's see. This is going to be interesting on the second 100. It's right now neck and neck between Sevin and Chris.
As they reach their second lap, it's turning in is GEV De Silva.
So it's a 119 for the first 100. So they're not taking this out too hard. I have seen Sevin and Ethnuka and Chris actually taking this out much faster. So they're definitely not going to be in that 235 zone. But we'll see what they can do.
But look what's happening here. Pulling and suddenly changing the pattern is lane number 2. Or
Yes,
is
so
it
this is interesting.
lane number 3? Yeah,
As
sorry.
I said, Ethnuka, he entered his university life and he's been hitting PB after PB. This is
Maybe
what
he
we
had
want.
better time to train at university
Yeah,
than his school.
probably. Chris, first to the wall, 2207, but not too far behind is Ethnuka. Let's see what this last 50 can hold for the boys. Sevin slightly falling behind. I know he is recovering from an injury, so it's quite great to see him even in the water. But here we go, 25 to go. Chris had a look.
And
Ethnuka.
he's pulling. Yeah.
Chris has definitely got more speed in him, but Ethnuka's got more endurance. So let's see who's going to be. I believe Chris has inched forward.
And from here, it's a little difficult to say, even seeing 2 lanes apart, but it seems like it's going to be Chris. Yeah. Lane number 5.
So yeah, it's going to be WA Chris taking the gold, GEV De Silva and Sevin Chapman for the bronze.
There we go with the final times. Lane number 5. Chris at 2:44 on the dot. And lane number 2, Evin, 2:44.93.
So once again, Mr. Akrid, 2:44 is 4 seconds faster than his entry time. So Ethnuka has definitely stepped up his game once entering his university life. This is amazing because this is what we need. And we have also just been informed that Ethnuka and Chris are selected for the World University Games coming in a short few months.
So that's good news, because these are going to be definitely experienced.